that's what I forgot. I totally remember now. Now that I've gotten farther towards school, I remember the topic in which I was actually going to broach here. I had mentioned last night that like, hey, there's like a haunted house we could take the boys to, and then I was like, that's kind of a dumb idea, actually. I was like, well, I don't know, first of all, if like, you know, the boys are afraid of ghosts or they believe in ghosts. Tristan, you know, he'd probably be spooked out of some sort. And I don't know if Gabriel believes in ghosts, but like, I was like, that's just a dumb idea. I was like, why would I want to take a 4-year-old to a haunted house? I was like, man, you're kind of an idiot. But like thinking about that last night, this broke off into a different topic. And you know those like haunted houses, those purported haunted houses, you know, like I was gonna say the Amityville house, the horror, but like that has been proven to be a complete myth and a complete hoax, in which like, you know, there was a serious death that occurred in that house. You know, some guy like shot up his entire family while in that house. But like the whole ghost hauntings and the whole story about demon hooves on the roof and whatever, that is a total myth purported by or constructed by the person who bought the house after the killings. He was just trying to make a buck, so he could sell the house later. And so he made all this hype about the killings, about, you know, how the house is like demonically possessed, or like demons, you know, dance in front of their, you know, whatever. Like, to be honest with you, when I think about that, I'm I'm tangenting like very hard. When I think about that, like, because I remember distinctly when I was a kid, I was big on the supernatural and the occult, and like, if I think about the fact that like there was, I remember reading a story in which it said like there was the demon like hooving around on the roof and like, you know, kind of like walking around, and they'd wake up the next morning and like there'd be these burned in hooves into the snow, you know, and these imprints. And I think to myself, like, if there was a demon walking around on my roof in the middle of the night, I'd be pissed off. Like, I'd be like, come on, demon, seriously, man, I'm trying to fucking sleep. I'd be the stereotypical, like, Puerto Rican woman who gets a broom and starts, like, nailing the top of her ceiling, you know, and be like, quiet down, you know, like, that would be me. I'd just be really fucking annoyed. I'd be like, are you gonna prance all night long? Seriously, dude, why don't you just go, like, out into the lawn and do it, you know, someplace where it's quiet. How about that? You know, you can do your Michael Flatley Lord of the Dance wherever you want, but like, don't do it on my roof, dude, seriously. That's how I would react. But anyways, back to the original topic. You know those haunted houses, those purported real haunted houses, like over in Europe, say like England or something, like there's those houses that says that like, oh, this is the most haunted house in, you know, all of the world and blah, blah, blah. Like, I not only want to go to one of those, because I'm a fierce skeptic, although I will admit at the same time, like, I've read a lot about the occult and a lot about the supernatural when I was a kid, because I was really obsessively interested in it, and I believed in it at that point, when I was a small boy, because it was frightening and terrifying, and I was like, ooh, you know, so I basically scared myself by reading more about it. But now I totally don't. I disregard all of it. So like, I want to go to one of those houses, but I want to go to one of those houses where they allow you to sleep in them. They allow you to spend the night in one of the houses, and not only to kind of prove that's a hoax, or to be proven correct, you know, maybe something weird will happen that I can't explain, you know, that my skepticism will permit. But not only do I want to sleep in one of those houses, well, obviously I would take you, because like, you know, you're my buddy, you're my companion. Sorry, I didn't mean to call you my buddy. But not only do I want to go in one of those houses with you and sleep in one of them, I want to fuck in a haunted house. Seriously, I do. Like, I want you and I to go over to one of these, like, the most haunted house in the world, blah, 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 and they let you sleep in it, and fuck in the middle of the night, you know? And that's, I straight up want to do that so bad. And I'm serious, this is not like a jokey haha. I mean, like, it is comical in a way, because I'm like, yeah, ghost, what do you think of this? You know, drill press, you know, like, it is kind of like that in a certain way, but like, it's really kinky to me to basically be like if there are ghosts, if there are spirits, they would be watching. It would be like an audience. Like the spirits would be hanging out and watching. Give them a show. I really do want to fuck in a haunted house, and fuck you in a haunted house, like badly. And it doesn't matter any place, like any place. I want to go to the place where there's the most paranormal activity and fuck right in that room. That's what I want to do. And if a ghost throws a plate at my face, so be it. Then I'll stop fucking and be like, okay, all right, I've pissed you off enough. I'm gonna go back to the States because I'm a fat, ignorant American. But that's what I want to do. So we have two weird places in which to have sex. One of them is a submarine. I wasn't joking about that either. I do want to have sex with you in a submarine too. A submarine and a haunted house. You would think, like, logically, or maybe not logically, I don't know how you piece one to the other, you would think that the next one would be in space, like on a spaceship, but nope, don't want to have sex on a spaceship. That would be really gross, with the whole anti-gravity thing. So that's it. That was the topic in which I was going to talk about earlier that I forgot. So, haunted house, submarine sex, man.